Okay, good morning. Christie Dustman. It is May 16th, 2020, and this is the time of year to do a garden task called candling. Now, pines, any conifer that's in the pine family, is its new growth when it elongates is called a candle. So you see that this guy here has a whole bunch of these longer new growth shoots, and they're still flexible. So they haven't hardened off, is the terminology, meaning they haven't fully elongated and the needles have not yet started to open. So this is a perfect time while they're elongated but still flexible to carry out this task. Now this may seem abrupt, but what I'm literally going to do is I'm going to remove part of the candle, and you see that I'm just pulling it off, snipping it off with my fingers. Now why am I doing that? I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. One is that the overarching goal is that I want to be able to control the size and the growth rate of this plant. And instead of coming in and just making actual cuts to the plant, what I'm doing is I'm impacting how much this plant is going to grow this year. So I'm reducing the growth rate of this plant by doing this task called candling. So say with this candle right here, if I was to remove half of it, I would be reducing the ultimate growth of this little branch by 1/2. If I was to actually only leave behind 1/3 of it, then I would be reducing it by 2/3. So there's a way in which I'm thinking to myself, how much do I want to remove of each candle, as a way of ultimately thinking about the shape of the plant. Now, another thing is that at the ends of these tips, there may be more than one shoot. Like this one here has 3. So I've already reduced the main one. I'm going to reduce the side one, and I'm going to further reduce the little guy next to it. So what I call that is that I am subordinating the side shoots to the main shoot. So a plant looks most natural when there's one part that's at the top and then there's side branches that are shorter. So when I'm candling, I'm artificially leaving one a bit longer, one a little bit shorter to it, and one a little bit shorter to it. So I'm subordinating these two to the height of this one. And that's how ultimately, when it does fully elongate, it still looks natural. Imagine if I just took all 3 of them and I made them exactly the same height. It wouldn't look natural when they fully elongated, because when you see branches and plants in nature, they don't naturally grow with a flat top. So I'm just kind of working my way in through the plant, and I end up getting a fair amount of sap on my hands, which is kind of a bummer, but I have a scrubby soap that I can use. And what will end up happening is I'll do some candling today, and then I'll come and take a look next week, and some of the shoots will have elongated, and that will show me where I actually missed some of the candles. Now, if I was to find at the end of one of these branches that there was actually, say, 5 new little candles, I might literally just remove 2 of them in total and leave 3 behind, and then subordinate those 3 to each other. Now, why would I do that? because I'm trying to also impact the density of the plant. And the more branches and little branchlets that this conifer has, the more dense it's going to appear. And part of what I like about this conifer and plants in general is when there's some, it's not so dense that it just looks like a ball. I like it when there's some air pockets.